Today's artificial intelligence is not what tech giants claim. It doesn't really think, yet that hasn't stopped it from attempting to bulldoze industries with promises of leaner operations, mass layoffs, and the kind of ROI that would make private equity's investors blush. Sounds like a golden opportunity, right? But is this real value, or just the tech bubble's latest sugar high before the crash? The media and every WEF-style forum trumpet it as the ultimate job killer, and I don't doubt it. I mean, some people are not getting enough education in college to even function as HR. Enterprise-grade software promises to automate accounting, sales, marketing, design, you name it. If a job looks even slightly enjoyable, there's probably some AI startup trying to replicate it. Meanwhile, the internet's becoming annoyingly crowded with ready-to-use AI tools and self-proclaimed creators, tutorials, hacks, and hyped videos, endless latest trends, killer prompts, all selling the same fantasy. Beat the AI job apocalypse in its game, and maybe even buy a sports car later this year. Wait, how? AI's journey from lab curiosity to alleged savior reveals a familiar gap between promise and practice, and we have the financials that tell the real story: user costs versus corporate gains. Can this actually pay your rent? Or does it just redistribute wealth upwards? But first, we should at least take a look at where today's AI comes from. Welcome to the Wealth Explorer. We don't deal in easy answers, only meaningful ones. Please consider subscribing and giving this video a thumbs up. When people say AI today, they're usually referring to large language models like ChatGPT or Gemini. These systems don't understand or reason. They perform sophisticated pattern matching across vast datasets, generating outputs through complex mathematical operations on their training data. The foundation was laid in the 1950s as simple neural networks that could learn basic patterns were created. Early computers lacked the power and data needed for real progress, so by the 1960s, MIT researchers exposed fundamental limitations, freezing funding for development for years. The breakthrough came from an unexpected quarter: the evolution of computer hardware itself. As transistors shrank and multi-core processors emerged, machines gained the parallel processing capability that neural networks required to act quickly enough. Yet something was missing. Graphics processing units changed everything. Unlike CPUs, GPUs handle thousands of tiny calculations at once, perfect for neural nets. By 2017, transformers. No, not those ones. Google's Transformers paper laid the foundation for every modern LLM. The staggering costs. In 2019, GPT-2 needed 8,000 NVIDIA P100 GPUs, 50 megawatt-hours in a week, or roughly 50 US homes' monthly use of energy. Training GPT-4 required 25,000 NVIDIA H100 GPUs, a $500 million hardware bet before data centers or engineers. Each chip costs $40,000 and remains back-ordered for years. So what else is their secret? On top of this, such systems still rely on armies of human trainers to fix bugs and hallucinations. This is the ultimate resource-hungry industry. And investors are demanding returns more ASAP than ever. Not all AI is equal. Some tools are just well-branded decision trees. Others, like LLMs, require massive training to function. These models are what researchers call stochastic parrots. They predict words through sophisticated pattern matching, like a supercharged autocorrect. Their outputs are remixes of their training data, shaped by prompts and context. Although not truly sentient, I think it's still impressive. The industry itself, worth $300 billion some months ago, is forecasted to be worth a whole trillion in a couple of years. Then is it real that everyone's cashing in? Are you still on the sidelines, polishing spreadsheets and making PowerPoints? You can train these systems further by playing with them for free, or you can try making some value from them. Look, I know the promises are everywhere. Bear with me. The mirage. Let's see, if you were laid off or you just want to find a better way to live than giving your 9 to 6 and overtime existence to your boss, that dude with multiple passports, you might be open to watch one of those reels to find that there's someone whose AI avatar's making bank with some not safe for work content, someone posting non-stop ASMR stuff, and above all that a guru says that if you could only make the right prompts to post endless videos, you'd be the next success story. Well, entertainment is not such a bad idea. What happens next? Free trials are not going to cut it. The playbook is drain your savings on essential subscriptions and PDF courses of the ultimate prompts. Simple, right? Beyond subscription fees lurks the real expense: time. Adopting AI tools demands hours lost to prompt engineering, requiring both razor-sharp writing skills and obsessive precision. Even then, rewriting queries to extract marginal value takes time if you want quality. Let us learn from some rookie wins and mistakes. A physiotherapist spends $40 a month on an AI assistant, invests a weekend setting it up, and saves $500 to $1,000 in part-time labor costs. A manager discovers his company's AI hiring tool auto-rejects all candidates, including his fake test application. Result? A fired HR team and temporary savings that mask systemic failure. Klarna attempted to be an AI pioneer, just like Duolingo, and now it seems they're back at hiring. Is this then an experimental win? For every clean win, there are countless botched implementations. Again, time is money. How many hours could one spend learning AI tools instead of doing paid work? For a freelancer billing $40 per hour, 10 hours of AI tinkering cost $400. How to make up for the time costs? The short-form illusion. Take automated shorts and ASMR reels. Yes, you could flood YouTube Shorts feed with AI-generated clips. Endless content cranked out in seconds if you can master the prompt creation and automation pipelines. But did you know YouTube's already tightening monetization to combat this exact spam? What if we applied some AI magic to stock market trading? As if day trading weren't already a wild bet, AI bots that will outtrade Nancy Pelosi's insider network sounds a bit too good to be true. So, is everything's pointless for the little guy? Hold up. Not really. Let's get something clear first. The reality. Not that all these are impossible to do tasks. It's just something that could use some more knowledge. AI is a force multiplier for those who already know what they're doing. See, there's one large elephant in this room. Without expertise, how will you leverage from the technology? Unless you're in the top 5% using AI strategically, you're probably just another customer. With billions of people online, you're never the first to a gold rush. Real wealth isn't built on secret hacks. Just like alchemy, it's not possible to turn lead into gold. Although AI could accelerate real skills like project management and graphic design, it won't invent stuff for you. That card design you prompted? It's a collage of concepts and sketches, likely stolen, but not design engineering. So far, AI can only bend time. The enterprise reality. While Intel, AMD, and ARM scramble to compete, NVIDIA's tech remains unmatched, letting them dictate the price of admission for any industry chasing AI. The numbers border on absurd. A market cap exploding from $400 billion to $3.5 trillion. Profits surging 265% last year alone. Gross margins hitting 76%. Wait. Is this what a bubble looks like? Let's not think about that yet, but let me know if you're curious about the topic. Think Amazon thrives on dropshipping and basics relabeling? Hardly. Although Lex Luthor, Mr. Bezos' giant isn't betting on AI. AI is betting on Amazon. As the leader in cloud service, with every GPU rented and byte of data stored, Amazon makes some money as well. And while startups burn cash training models, Amazon turns their failures into another revenue stream. Cloud providers like Microsoft and Google act as middlemen too, renting these GPUs back to AI labs at bone-crushing markups. Microsoft's Azure charges enterprises $60,000 per year for ChatGPT access, while pocketing an estimated 75% of API revenue under its OpenAI deal. Even at scale, the math is just brutal. OpenAI's $1.6 billion annual revenue still doesn't cover its compute costs, leaving it dependent on Microsoft's subsidies. The $20 per month ChatGPT Plus plan is a rounding error next to corporate contracts. But here's when we can bring you back to the story, hopefully not as the data janitor. Even though there are specialists in AI training that are paid by the hour to correct and improve models, it's critical to have retail users for another reason. It turns subscribers into free data labelers. Every prompt can improve the model. Every correction trains it further, effectively outsourcing labor to customers. AI's profitability follows the oldest rule in technological development. The closer you are to the infrastructure, the richer you can get. NVIDIA and Microsoft sell, ARM, Oracle and Amazon lease, politicians and media control public opinion, AI labs dig for gold, and most go bankrupt. FOMO Factory. The fear of missing out is real, but not organic. Media cycles have turned AI into the latest survivalist fantasy. Just like when you watch one too many disaster movies and you stockpile gear for Sharknadoes, heat waves, zombies, and Mossad agents, or whatever. When governments and investors throw billions at an industry propped up on cheap money, the hype machine has to sell you on its inevitability. Inflation balloons faster than real value as promises outpace results. And suddenly, every tech blog, keynote speech, home appliance, smartphone, and earnings report becomes one long infomercial for a revolution that's always just around the corner. The fear of missing out on AI is real, but it's also manufactured. Media cycles and corporate marketing have turned this into a secular religion. Either you kneel and embrace it, or you're left behind. In reality, somewhat outrageous but less dramatic, AI has been engineered as a power grab, enabling wealth to harvest expertise for free, then locking the experts out of the profits behind paywalls. Still, it's become an inevitable tool that can be exploited when you focus on the gaps. You don't need to design chips or own NVIDIA stock to benefit. You need to identify where AI is actually reducing friction in lucrative, but equally likely boring niches. For example, small law firms using Claude to automate contract reviews are saving $20,000 per year on paralegal work. Localization agencies running GPT-4 Turbo to translate technical manuals are undercutting competitors by 40%. These aren't glamorous use cases. They won't get you on a podcast, but they convert AI from a cost center into profit, something several AI startups still can't claim. The bottom line: treat artificial intelligence like any serious tool, preferably in specialized apps, and starting with topics and tasks that you have some good grasp to begin with. Otherwise, you might end up with an expensive collection of subscription toys. And toys are for companies with venture capital to burn. There's a boom in rage-bait videos, ASMR trends, chatbots and whatnot, but that doesn't mean you can't carve out real value for the good of your pocket and your community. There are opportunities in applying these tools to an overlooked margin-rich niche, building workflows that can actually save you time by simplifying processes, or even creating community tools that could help to solve real problems. Above all, this ever-evolving tool requires patience as well as practice. What's your take on AI? Do you think I missed something? Let me know. This is the Wealth Explorer. If you enjoyed this video, consider giving it a thumbs up, sharing it, or donating. See you on the next journey.